And I hear from my daughter all the time, I want a big breakfast. I don't want this bagel. I don't want cereal. So my daughter Ireland is a really big breakfast person, and she loves a warm breakfast, especially this time of year when it's chilly outside. But she's a teenager, and she's running around the house, and she's doing her hair, and so it's always a last-minute thing. So it seems like we're always throwing her food as she's heading on the bus. So I was trying to think of ways that we could give her a warm breakfast and just send her off on her way. And this is perfect. It's basically sausage, eggs, and toast to go. Or you can do bacon, eggs, and toast. And it's the cutest thing ever. They're a make-ahead. You can have these baked off and in your freezer and just throw them in the microwave or toaster oven. Something anybody can do. And they're wonderful, and they're really cute, and they're really good, too. Ireland loves them. Okay, so the first thing we've got is a muffin tin here. And you really want to spray this well. This is going to make about 18 little breakfast-to-go sandwiches, little breakfast cups almost. You really want to spray the heck out of it. And I mean it, because this is going to be very sticky. You can also butter these if you want, and do double duty if you want. Spray them and butter them. Now we've just got some real inexpensive, and you could use whole wheat or white. This would be a great way to use whole wheat, and the kids won't even know once it's got all this other good stuff. But this is the one time you want to use that nice soft bread. If your kids don't do crusts, you can cut the crust off. That's up to you. We're going to go ahead and make it pretty easy. And you can use a rolling pin if you want. You don't have to, but just slightly, so that you can take this bread and very gently, you don't want to get a hole in the bread, kind of just tuck it in here. And that's why you want the squishy bread, because this is going to be your little cup. Aren't those cute? Almost looks like a little flower. So this is a great thing to do like on Sunday, to have this for Sunday morning breakfast. And then the leftovers you can have for the week, pop them in the microwave, or as I said, put them in individual little Ziploc freezer bags. And then, or just a bunch of them in one of the larger freezer bags, individually freeze them like that, and just pull them out when you want them. The other thing about these is it keeps you from hitting the drive-through, which those breakfast sandwiches are wonderful. They taste wonderful at those drive-through fast food restaurants, but they're not very good for you, and they really tend to add up cost-wise. I'll just do a couple more. You get the idea. And the frozen breakfast sandwiches that you see in the freezer section of the grocery store, a lot of those are not real healthy, and they're not cheap either. They're expensive. So you can control also to see exactly what's in here. I mean, we're just using, basic breakfast stuff. We don't have, all these weird, sometimes you look at the back of the box of some of these frozen entrees, and there's a lot of ingredients that you don't recognize, and that always scares me a little bit. So you get the idea. You tuck your bread gently, without ripping it, kind of into your muffin tins. And now we're going to get to work on the rest of the ingredients. So the recipe calls for a dozen eggs. We'll just do 6 of them because we've got 6 cups here. And basically, my full recipe makes 18 cups, 18 little egg cups. A little bit of salt and pepper. And then a little bit of milk. For the 12 eggs, I used about 1/4 cup of milk. I'll use a little less for this. I hope you'll come on out and see me Friday, late afternoon, 5:30. It's Ladies' Day, Ladies' Night at the Winnebago County Home Expo in Oshkosh. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Doing a whole spring cooking class there. So come on out and meet me. Cooking up some fun recipes. So it's always a good time. Okay, so eggs are beaten. And now we're going to take some butter that I'm just going to melt in the microwave. You want to give that bread some good flavor. And I've got several spring speaking demos coming up. So I may be coming to your city too. So track me down and come on out and see me. We met some great people over the weekend in Fond du Lac and New Holstein. It was just really fun. I love it when you guys bring me recipes. I think that's so cool. Got some great recipes over the weekend, so can't wait to try them. My daughter Ireland has her first dance competition out of state this weekend. Tis the season for these competitions to start taking off. So this week we've been making sure all the costumes are right and the hair pieces, and whoa, I'll tell you more about it Monday if I survive. So I'm taking a little bit of melted butter and just giving that, like we'd butter toast, same idea. You could certainly leave this out if you wanted to. Anne says, why would you? I know, I gotta have butter on my toast because if you wanted to keep it even more healthy. You've been using that butter flavored olive oil. You could use that too. You like that? Okay. All right, now we're gonna take some of this egg, and you know what, if the kids like, if you want to do half of these scrambled and half more of a just break an egg in there and have more of a sunny side up baked egg that way, you could certainly do that. So this is more of a method than actually a recipe. So we're going to ladle. You don't want to overfill these. And the bread does soak it up pretty much. So ladle the egg. Beaten egg, or as I said, you could just crack an egg right in there. Into the little cups. All right, and now you can put on whatever you like with your eggs. We're going to keep it really, really simple. So if you're frying bacon and have a few extra strips, you can crumble some bacon on top of these. Like I said, we're also busy these days, and I'm always looking for shortcuts. So this is just pre-cooked crumbled bacon, which is really delicious. We'll sprinkle some of that, and we'll do maybe some sausage if you have ham. If you've got deli ham for the kids' sandwiches, just dice up some of that. You can do them vegetarian. This happens to be cooked and crumbled sausage that's already done for you. So a little bit of sausage in here. Maybe we'll do some sausage and bacon ones. If I were doing these for me, I might throw some mushrooms, some red pepper, green pepper. Anne obviously wanted to keep it very kid-friendly and Anne-friendly, so we're just doing the bacon and the sausage, and then a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese. Or again, whatever cheese you are into or have in the house. Swiss, a little pepper jack would be wonderful if you wanted to do this more of like a Mexican. So, pardon me? Ham and Swiss, that would be terrific. You could do a Denver type thing and do ham and peppers and onions and chicken. No, she's not a big fan of the veggies. So this goes into the oven. We bake these at about 400, 375, 400, and just until the eggs set. Every oven is different. You're going to be toasting the bread. So they take about 15 to 20 minutes. Let's just take a peek and see if these guys are ready. Oh yeah, I know. When I made these for Ireland the first time, she's like, these are wonderful. And they're cute too. Now we've got some scallions here. You could throw some scallions on for decoration. Most kids aren't probably into those, but if you wanted to dress them up a little bit. I'll just use a spoon. These are going to be hot. So you see we did some with the egg cracked right in, and then we did others, like the scrambled egg. And you just kind of got to get in there, loosen them up. This is a little bit hot. Sometimes you just take a little butter knife or just to kind of get around the edges. And throw this in a napkin or a paper towel as the kids are going out to the bus. And there you go. We have sausage, eggs, and toast to go. Aren't these fun little cups? Recipe, by the way, on the website. You can also pick these up at any area Festival Foods. And it's also one of the recipes in my latest cookbook. So these are a fun, different thing. I think the kids will really get a kick out of them.